Now, today's masterclass is on resetting your mind, to break mental barriers. Because you see, you're only as powerful as your mind allows you to be. You wake up in the morning and you probably even have great ideas for your day. And then you wake up and your mind is just out of sorts. You feel fine. You're not exactly ill, but your mind is not just turning in the right direction. Even though physically you feel fine, physically you feel okay, but because your mind is not right, you are not just, it kind of like just messes up your plan for the day. Your mind is not conditioned right. So it just sort of rubs off on all your activities for the day. And if you continue in that mindset, you find that even if you try to get through your day, if you don't reset your mind at that point, right, you find that you are just going through the motion without exactly injecting passion into what you're doing throughout that day. Do you get it now? So when it comes to winning in your weight loss journey and in all of life's journey, generally, it's important to condition your mind right, condition your mind for success, condition your mind to win, condition your mind with positivity. Do you understand it now? Now, one thing I'll tell you for sure is that no matter what your current situation is, when it comes to the body, you can absolutely turn it around. No matter how overweight you are, no matter the diet and lifestyle related health condition you may be dealing with, if you're willing to do the work, you can turn that situation around. So when it comes to hitting your goal weight, when it comes to getting fit and healthy, when it comes to reversing certain diet and lifestyle related condition, if you're willing to put in the work, it is possible. So that's one thing you have to get right, first of all. Then number 2, realize also that you are not here to lose weight. Losing weight is just the icing on the cake. I've said this before that the reason why people get overweight is not a food problem, really. Being overweight is not a food problem, really, right? It's a behavioral problem. It has to do with your relationship with food. It has to do with the kind of lifestyle you are currently living. Now, to fix that and to fix the consequences that pattern has caused, what you are now doing is cultivating healthier eating habits and lifestyle. When you start to do that, when you start to show up for the new habits and lifestyle you're trying to build daily, right? The resultant, the consequences, the outcome you used to have will automatically start changing. You were overweight and you started cultivating healthier eating habits. The weight will begin to drop as a result of the new habits and lifestyle you're cultivating. So if you focus your mindset on just, I want to lose weight, you're missing the point. And that is the reason why a lot of people give up along the way. A lot of people even before they get started, they have already given up. Do you understand? Because they look at the weight and like, oh, when am I going to burn this fat? Do you understand now? But when you know that this is not just about weight loss is just a consequence of the action of the choices you are making. The choices you are making is what you need to fix. When you take your mindset from just wanting to lose weight to cultivating healthier eating habits and lifestyle, it makes your results stand the test of time. Okay? So knowing that this is not just about losing weight, but about cultivating healthier eating habits and lifestyle, you already know that you can't be perfect. Do you understand? You don't build habits overnight. In fact, you don't ever stop improving on yourself. This journey is not about losing weight. It's about cultivating healthier eating habits and lifestyle, and daily working on being a better version of yourself. Being that's why that's why they say that we are a work in progress. We never get to attain perfection, because so long as you're alive, you can't really be perfect. There is always something to aim at. If it's your attitude, if it's the way you relate with people, if it's the way you work, if it's the way you relate with your spouse, if it's the way you relate. A lot of people don't even know that. Do you know, especially people from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, right? People do not know that as parents, you can actually, even if you've had children who have left home and they have gone to get married, they now probably even have their own family and even raising kids. A lot of parents, because of the way that they were raised, they did a lot of damage that left scars, emotional scars in their children. And their children, you may even have children that are in their 40s, they are still carrying those scars and transferring the scars to their own children, that is to your grandchildren. And these are things that have been left unsolved, and they are just causing one damage after the other. So even as a grandparent, you can still actually work on your attitude, on your behavior. You can still work on the way that you relate with your kids. Do you understand now? When it comes to cultivating habits, lifestyle, just generally changing yourself to become a better version of yourself, it's a forever thing. It's a journey that you continue till you die. And in that journey, you already know that you cannot attain perfection, meaning that your focus should not be being perfect, but on daily improving. I did like this today. Tomorrow I want to be better. And tomorrow comes, you actually go better. And then the next day you want to be better. You are just constantly outdoing your past. It's a journey of growth. When you know this, you know that you should not let whatever slips, bumps you experience along the way. You're going on a journey, you have a flat tire. You don't fix the tire and say, okay, or take the car, turn backwards and go back and say, let me just go and stay home. You fix the tire and then you continue going. And you learn, oh, okay, the next time I know that I have to have a spare. Do you understand? It's a journey of progress, not perfection. So what that means is you don't let the little slips along the way. Oh, you ate a cookie, or you had chocolate, or you had biscuits, or you had that, and then you now have to go and mourn and just give up on the journey and say, oh, I feel that this thing is not for me. It doesn't work like that. It's a journey of progress. You fall, you rise, you continue going. So I would like to hammer on the last point I made in the last audio. I said again, focus on progress, not perfection. Don't stay in your errors because you think that you have failed. Let me just stay there. I cannot do this thing. Focus on, you are not here to be perfect. You are here to make progress, to be better than you were yesterday, meaning that you are, even when you fall, you are picking up yourself, and then you keep, it does not mark you falling, you eating, overdoing nuts, or going to a party and eating all the small chops, or going to a party and drowning yourself in a bottle of alcohol and all. It doesn't mean that you have failed. It's just a bump in your journey, and then you wake up the next day and you keep going on your journey. It is when you stay in your mistakes, you cancel the progress you have made in the past. But when you pick up from there and continue going on your journey, the mistakes you made don't get the chance to leave a dent in your progress. Do you understand it now? So, one thing that is very important, right, in ensuring that you keep going on your journey is consistency. A lot of people think that is the reason why I always say, don't focus on weight loss. Focus on cultivating healthier eating habits and lifestyle. Because people just think that this thing is just about coming to lose weight and go. And so all their minds is on, oh, coach, what can I do to make my result fast? Oh, coach, what can I drink to make? That's why people overdo the detox and all of those things. Oh, coach, tell me what tea can I take that we do this one thing. Oh, coach, I overeat at a party. I want to fast for 72 hours. All of those quick fixes, all of those things is the reason why people get to a point, they get overwhelmed and then they fall off. This is a forever journey, and it's important that you get it right. In a journey like this, quick fixes will not get you anywhere. Quick fixes is for now. Quick fixes is I'm getting married in maybe 3 days or so. I want to lose like so inches off my waist so that I can fit into my dress and all that. When it comes to things like that, maybe you can begin to look for some kind of quick fixes or whatever. But when it comes to having lasting results, there are no quick fixes. You have to do the work of cultivating healthier eating habits and lifestyle. And the way that you do that is through consistency. Showing up for that habit and lifestyle you're trying to build day after day is the reason why I always say post your activities, because that is what helps you. You see this mind thing, right? The mind loves routine. That is how it adapts to healthier eating habits, to whatever new habits and lifestyle you're trying to build. It's like you learning a skill. You have to show up for that skill daily for it to make a lasting impression to the extent that it sticks and becomes a part of you in such a way that even in your sleep, you wake up, your hand, even when you're sleeping, your hand can even do the right moves and you know what to do. Do you understand it now? So make up your mind. If you're one of those who loves to hide behind your screen, and one thing about those people, the result always speaks. Those who show up in the group, reporting all their activities, just vibing, generally bringing their energy to the group daily, and those who hide behind their screen, the result is always different. Do you understand? That is how you are able to sustain the habits and lifestyle, knowing that you have to be accountable to someone, kind of like helps you to stay on course, helps you to do the right thing. Do you understand now? So consistency is important. So while I understand that we all want the scale to move, I mean, I get that a lot. Oh, coach, the scale is not moving as much as I'm trying. I've just lost 1 kg. It's too slow. Look at this person that started when has lost so kg and all that. Realize, first of all, that everyone's journey is different. The speed at which people hit their target weight is different. Everyone's outcome is different. Do you understand now? And then realize again that what we're doing here is way beyond weight loss. The weight will fall off. That's one thing I can guarantee you of. But what's even more important is the healing that is going on inside of you. A lot of people do not know, if you're opportune to see what happens inside of you when you're eating healthy consistently, the kind of healing that takes place inside of you, or when you're eating a poor diet consistently, the kind of damage it does. A lot of people don't know. And those things are just happening in there. You're oblivious to what is happening. You do not know what is happening. When some people can just go about their day and their body is just fighting a cell that would have become cancer. The body is just fighting to just subdue and eliminate it from the body. Just by the choices you're making. But you don't know. Because you cannot actually see the inside of you and see what is happening. But you're just going on innocently making all of these choices you're making. And then you just thinking that this is just about weight loss. When a whole lot of healing is actually taking place. People have messed up their entire metabolic health with the wrong diet and lifestyle. If some people get the chance to go to the hospital and just do a check on the inside, you will even be shocked. You will prefer that you didn't even go. That's the truth. But you see, the body is quite good at masking certain symptoms at that earlier stage of some things when it's fighting for you. That's how you see that some things can stay at a level. Things like cirrhosis of the liver, some things can just stay there at a level and the body just keeps fighting before it goes full-blown into liver cancer. You will think that it just happened, but the body has been fighting and fighting. If you would then support the body with the right diet and lifestyle, at that point, some people would have there is a lady, right, that was on a platform, she came on and she was like, she had PCOS, had a lot of issues, and then she's been trying to get pregnant. She has done all this and that, and then nothing's happening. And she did the program for how long? Just a short while. And she got pregnant and delivered. We just celebrated the birth of a baby late last year. And then she was like, oh, she's just coming off the 6 months, how would they call it? Is it baby friendly or so? She was just coming off that 6 months breastfeeding. The child wants to start taking formula, and then she wants to join the program again, and she joined the last edition. And like 2 weeks or so then she was like, oh, she's feeling funny. I said, okay, go do a test. And she came back in. I said, she was even now crying that she's pregnant again. Like, this was somebody that was looking for how to get pregnant trying to get pregnant for almost 8-10 years. Do you understand? And she was actually crying. I was like, don't worry, you figure it out. You have had one. You already have some experience with that one, on how to be a mother. I said, I know how things like this works. I'm sure with your family around you, you'll find a way around. Just go and enjoy motherhood and have your baby. Do you understand now? When you're just doing all of these things, you don't know beyond the pounds that you want to drop. You don't know the amount of metabolic restructuring that is going on the inside of you. Do you understand? So don't just look at the scale alone and like, I beg, this thing is not working for me. Let me just go. After 3 weeks, only 2 kg. Let me just leave this thing and go and be eating what I want to eat. Take off that mindset and focus instead on just enjoying the lifestyle. I always tell people, where are you hurrying to? You're trying to cultivate a habit and lifestyle that you want to maintain for life after all, right? If the pounds drop off quickly and you hit your goal, will it stop you from continuing to live the lifestyle? So why not just go ahead and continue to live the lifestyle? If you are not going to break it anyway. If there is one thing that I know that is a struggle for a lot of people, is mindless eating, emotional eating. Food addiction is a huge problem for a lot of people. But then one thing I can tell you is there's no magic, right, to overcoming food addiction. You have to be willing to stretch your discipline, your self-control, your willpower a bit. Now, if you're willing to do that, there are strategies that you can begin to put in place, because you see, overcoming food addiction takes intentional actions. You have to be deliberate about. It's not something that will just happen on you. It's not something that you wish into existence. There is no quick, no magic anywhere that can help you conquer food addiction. If not, you just keep being a slave to food. You have to, it's something that you make up your mind and say, I am tired of not being able to help myself. I want to gain mastery over food. When you have made up your mind, you now commit to at least stretching your discipline a bit. Now, when you stretch your discipline a bit, when you're willing to stretch your discipline a bit, there are certain strategies that you can now begin to intentionally practice daily that will help you overcome food addiction. Now, in the next audio, I'm going to run through some of those strategies that helped me and that have helped a whole lot of people we have had in the program, and they are still winning even till date. So here's the thing, right? People who are addicted to food, they do not usually crave healthier options. All they crave are junks. And these foods they are chemically packaged with additives that makes you crave for more. They are ultra processed foods, biscuits, pizza, those junk foods. They are tailored to make you want more of them. That's why I always tell people, you cannot win with ultra processed food. You cannot control yourself. You may start and say that, oh, I just want to, if I know that I can take biscuit, at least it will help me stay on track. From fitting in one packet of biscuits a day, you go to, before you know it, it's turning into 2, it's turning into 3, it's turning into 4, it's becoming uncontrollable. Before you know it, you are binging at night and eating biscuit and watching TV. You cannot win with ultra processed food because they are tailored to, the structure of ultra processed food is tailored in a way that makes you want for more. Do you understand? So the first thing you want to do is to clean up your diet and focus on real food. The structure of the nutritional structure of real food is in such a way that you will not even if you want to eat more, you cannot even do it. By the time you are stuffed with all the fiber, say you're eating something like plantain. How many people binges on plantain that you eat one boiled plantain and vegetable? You want to go and eat maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 more. Do you understand? The way ultra processed food are, the way real food, the structure of real food, not man-made food, real food. The nutritional structure of real food is so perfect in such a way that when you eat it, you are just full on the right portion. You don't need to have more because there will even be no space for you to have more. Do you understand now? So clean up your diet. And then again, I always recommend to use a timetable. I just told you in a previous audio that the mind, the brain loves repetition. That's how you cultivate healthier eating habits and lifestyle. So it's important to have like a routine. Do you understand? That you follow. And that way, you can work on building a timetable that reflects better, healthier choices. This will guide you and help you stay accountable because you know that you already know what you're going to eat. So there is nothing as if maybe in trying to now make up your mind just travels to biscuit and mineral instead of say something like plantain and vegetables. Do you understand? So that eliminates spontaneity and the possibility of making the wrong choices. It's important also to prepare ahead for your meals. I think I talked about that when we're talking about food prep. Do you get it now? Preparing ahead for your meals helps you, channels your mind towards making the right choices because you have already eliminated that factor of spontaneity and uncertainty that can lead you to temptation in quotes. Okay. And then of course, top on the list, I think I would move this to the next audio. One thing that is really important that can help you really conquer food addiction is to practice mindful eating. When you eat, stay focused on your food. Take away distraction and just focus on enjoying the food. You see, having that mindset of eating and engaging in other activities, like when you're watching a movie, if you don't eat something, you cannot watch a movie. If you don't eat something, you cannot work on your computer. If you don't eat something, when you are eating and engaging in activities, it creates a disconnection between your brain and your food. So you don't get satisfaction from your food. You don't even feel like it. That's why some people will say, Coach, I ate dinner, but then I'm still hungry. And I would typically just tell them straight up, you're not hungry. Your mind is just playing tricks on you. And when I'll go ahead and ask, what were you doing when you were eating? So I was watching TV, I was doing that. So you feel dissatisfied because you did not allow your entire being experience that eating, that process of eating. So you don't feel satisfied. You don't feel like you are eating. You have eaten. Do you understand? So when you eat, you have to stay focused on eating the food. Be present with the food. Take your time to savor, to chew, so that the right signals of satisfaction and all that is your every part of you is just, catching on to that experience of eating. And you find that when you eat that way, you get full satisfaction from your food. But when you eat and then you engage in other activities, you just feel blank. Like it's not that your belly you have not eaten. It's just that you feel like you have not eaten, because that is an important key. The satisfaction, that satisfaction factor, when it does not register, you don't feel like you have eaten. And it can only register when your mind is on the food that you're eating, rather than being distracted by other activities. So from today, when it is time to eat, drop every other thing. When you start to separate eating from other activities, you will find that tendency to want to eat maybe at night, because when you are watching movie, you want to eat at night and be watching movie and all that, you will find that tendency will begin to stop. You will find that you can go to a party and enjoy the party without having to eat everything at sight. You will find that when you just focus and just eat your food, like take it, whatever it is you're taking with your food, and then just carry your plates to the kitchen and then go back and focus on your activity. When you learn to separate eating from other activities, you will begin to see food for what it really is, for fuel and for nutrients, and not to cure boredom or allow you enjoy movie or walk or whatever it is that people use it for. Another thing that is also important is staying hydrated. Staying hydrated is very important in helping you overcome, unhealthy cravings, because you see, thirst is often confused with hunger or food cravings. So anytime you feel like that sudden urge for a particular food, it's most likely not even real hunger. Do you understand? Just try taking a sip of water. Just get a cup of water or a cup of green tea, or water infused with apple cider vinegar, or water infused with lemon water, lemon juice, and just, gradually sip on them. Before you know what's happening, you see that feeling will disappear. Right? It's also important to prioritize protein, because protein helps you feel full and satisfied for longer, and it also helps you to curb unhealthy cravings. Right? And then again, it's important that this is one thing that is very, very important. Again, distract yourself and learn to pause. The reason why people give into these temptations is that they don't take time to pause. The moment they just feel the need to, that biscuit is calling my name, they just jump right at it. But when you take time to just pause a little bit and perhaps even think about the consequences of the choices you're making, and begin to ask yourself like some questions like, do I really need this? Do I really need that biscuit? And then just take your mind don't even give it attention. Just take your mind from that thing and maybe go for a walk. You can even come to the group and start reading through my lessons and some of the messages in the group and all that. Before you know what's happening, your mind is off that temptation. Do you get it now? The reason why people fall for temptation is because they leave the door open. Rather than distracting themselves immediately, they start fantasizing about the pizza. They start tasting the pizza in their tongue. Before you know what's happening, you are bound to go and get the pizza because you're already tasting it in your tongue. But when you take your mind off it immediately and focus on your goals, you'll be so surprised how fast your mind will shift. Now, all these things are not magic, right? It's also for those people who are who stress eat. Find a way to manage stress, like talking to friends. I do that a lot, and I say that to people a lot. Talk to people who can give you other perspectives. The reason why you get stressed about something is because most times you feel overwhelmed by it. Always have somebody in your corner that you can trust, to just be like a sounding board, somebody that you can run things by, and then they can open your eyes to other perspectives about things. When you do that, you find that, oh, your mind starts opening to ideas on how you can deal with what it was that was making you all stressed up. Do you understand now? Now, understand that these things are not, they're not magical solutions. That is why I said you have to be willing to stretch your discipline a bit. When you stretch your discipline a bit and begin to apply these things intentionally, making all of these changes here and there, you'll be surprised at how powerful they can be in helping you conquer food addiction. Always think of the consequences of feeding your body with junks and the long-term effect those things will have in your health. A lot of people only weigh the consequences of their actions after they have already done it. That is when they start having regrets. It should be the other way around. Before you dive right in, you should pause to think about the consequences. When you're tempted to eat something you know that you shouldn't eat, learn to pause. Take a few minutes to think about how your actions will affect you. That usually helps to give you kind of like a brain reset immediately. Do you understand? It's also important to have like a mental image of the person you want to become. A healthier version of yourself. One who is boss over food and has complete control over your impulses. Do you understand? When you begin to put this in front of you always, it becomes easy for you to make the right choices. It's not, like I said, it's not magic. You may probably even, fall for those temptations sometimes, but don't let the fall stop you. You get right up again the next day, and then you keep making healthier choices. It gets to a point, and those things that you thought that you could not live without, those things you thought was such a struggle for you to overcome, they now become like nothing to you. Do you understand now? I was once there, and that is why I can tell you for a certain that if you're willing to try, you can beat those addictions. So something I would really like us to ponder on, still on mindset shift in a way that helps you get sustainable results is your why. When I ask people coming into the program, what's your goal? Why do you want to lose weight? I get a lot of, I want to feel good. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to be more confident. I want to feel comfortable in my own skin. I want to be able to, easily get my size of clothes and all of that. I get all of these answers, which are actually beautiful, right? Looking good is a good thing. Feeling good about yourself, being comfortable in your own skin, feeling confident. Confidence is like the best fashion accessory. So all of that is actually very good. But is it really enough to help you maintain living a healthy lifestyle? Is not nearly enough. The answer is no. Is not nearly enough, because those are just basic. That's just the surface. It's not the big picture. The big picture is I want to be around much longer and see my children grow and see my children's children and probably even watch them grow. The big picture is I want to be able to maintain mobility for as long as I live. Even if I live up to 80, 90, I want to be able to stand erect and take care of basic things such as wipe your own buttocks when you go to use the toilet, or actually be able to stand up and use the toilet on your own. Actually be able to get up and, take a bath, dress yourself up, function independently, or even if you will get assistance here and there, definitely, but then you want to be able to do the basic things like take care of your own bath and dress up by yourself and things like that. The big picture is you want to wake up in the morning and do the things you want to do without being stuck and requiring someone to assist you before you can do what you want to do. You want to still be able to live optimally, whatever be the age that you get to. The big picture is, I don't want to be hit by sarcopenia as I grow older. I want to be able to retain, muscle mass. I don't want to be hit by low bone density and then just have your bones breaking into pieces at the slightest bump or so. That's actually the big picture. When you begin to see this lifestyle for what it really is, for the purpose is really meant for, you begin to understand the importance of it. So this is not just about looking good, which is actually good, but that is just the icing on the cake. That is not the main cake. The cake is getting your body to function optimally as it was meant to, not having all of these issues here and there, not having to be on one medications every day to manage one condition or the other, not having to accept certain things as normal. Is not normal, right? To be on blood pressure medication every day, battling cholesterol issues, insulin resistance, blood sugar issues, and all of these things that people are having to deal with and accepting as a normal part of aging is not a normal part of aging. It's actually the body warning you that you are doing something wrong. Do you understand? The big picture, just to sum it up, is that you age, if not on the same level, both there's what is called chronological aging, right, and biological aging. I'll dig deeper into that when we resume the program proper, right? If you are not able to at least age on the same, ideally, your chronological age, which is a number of age that you have lived on earth, the number of years that you have lived on earth, should be higher than your biological age, which is how old your cells are. But the thing is, the aging of your cells, while chronological aging, of course, is determined by how many years you have had to spend on it since you were born. Biological age is determined by how you have taken care of your body, how you have been feeding your cells, how you have been handling your body. Now, if you handle your body right, as you should, you will find out that you may be aging chronologically, but health-wise, you are actually even getting younger, more youthful, stronger, fitter. Do you understand? But ideally, if you cannot at least go lower biologically than your chronological age, you should at least be able to stay on the level of your chronological age. Not that your chronological age is 35 and your biological age, because of how you have abused your body and your cells are crying out for help, your chronological age is like 35, your biological age is like 70. Do you understand? So this is something that I would like us to ponder on and reassess your why you want to lose weight, why you're here,